I'll tell you what, I'm still quite a little bit pissed with that cliffhanger. Now, I can't watch Season 2 until I finish this review and actually edit it and stuff like that, so I've been dealing with that cliffhanger all day today, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to see what is going to happen after that intense finale. Like, that finale of Code Geass Season 1, straight up one of the worst cliffhangers I have ever seen. Now, I want to be honest, okay? Even though there is a Season 2 already ready for me to watch as an anime watcher, that cliffhanger alone, I don't even want to imagine the pain and suffering a lot of you anime watchers of Code Geass had to go through if you watched Code Geass when it was airing in 2007. Because you had to wait an entire year to see what happened. And to see this element that I was told by a bunch of you Chibits, I'm like, I could not have lived with that. Because that cliffhanger is just so fucking bad. Like, the cliffhanger, honestly, it reminds me of the cliffhanger that All to Noah Zero left me on. It really does. The cliffhanger of Code Geass Season 1 reminds me of All to Noah Zero's cliffhanger. Now, take that as you will. You could say it's a bad thing or a good thing, whatever you want to think, but the cliffhangers are very, very similar. Now I realize why so many of you Chibits, when I first watched All to Noah Zero Season 1 and saw the ending, I remember seeing a lot of you Chibits actually commenting saying that this ending reminded you all of Code Geass. Now I understand that, because this episode, or this final episode, man, just like, holy shit. Like, there's just, it left everything wide open on the table. Like, there's just so much going on at the end of this episode where I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is gonna happen? So, this is going to be my actual full series review of Code Geass Season 1. Now, I want to be talking about everything pretty much I have yet to discuss and stuff like that, and I'll be talking about my overall rating of Code Geass, talking about the animation, stuff like that. So, Code Geass, as a whole, my story, how I found this series, pretty much, if you did not know, if this is your first time ever seeing a review from me of Code Geass, I found this series because of you Chibits actually recommending me this series quite a bit. For the course of this entire past year, and last year in 2014, I had so many recommendations from you Chibits telling me I needed to watch this series, and I finally decided to break down and watch this series. And I have to say, I cannot believe I haven't watched the series until now. It really is a damn good series. Like, everything aside, I really had so much fun watching this. Putting my reviewer self aside, it was fun. It was a really fun series that I would watch again 10 times over if I knew what I knew now. I would. It was that fun of an experience, and it's rare. It really is rare for an anime series or a manga series in general, any type of series, to really hook me like Code Geass did. Like, I think the last time I was truly hooked into a series where I had to marathon it was Hunter x Hunter in early last year, or probably One Piece. Those are the last two series that goes into my mind to where I really marathoned, like, in under a short amount of time. Like, I really wanted to marathon Code Geass a lot more. Like, I wanted to just fly through it, but I, tried to do episode reviews, and you all know how that turned out, because I just could not stop watching it. I watched an episode, I want to do a review, and I'm like, holy shit, it's too damn good. And so, eventually, I just like, fuck it, I'm binge watching it, it's just that damn good. So, that's pretty much been my journey with Code Geass. It's been very fun. I have so much positive feelings about this series, I really do. So, pushing that aside, let's talk about this, Season 1 of Code Geass. So, since there is a Season 2, of course there is a continuation. Season 1 does not conclude anything at all. I mean, it's literally an open book. Like, you have an open book, and you have, like, half the story. That's pretty much what it is, and you get the bitch slap into the face, like, go watch Season 2. That's pretty much what Season 1 does, and that's exactly what the ending of Season 1 does. I mean, you have Suzaku and Lelouch squaring off at the end of this episode, the final episode, pointing guns at each other, and you have Suzaku actually saying all these hateful things to his friend he's known for quite a long time, and to see that displayed in the final episode, the final moments before the cliffhanger, it really grabs the viewer's attention. It grabbed my attention. If you all saw my, reaction last night, oh, fuck, dude, I was so not ready. I mean, I thought I was ready, I was not ready for that, because, I mean, here's the thing, I had to wait for the Season 2. Like, I have yet to see Season 2 Episode 1, because, like I said, I have to do this review. But here's the thing. the ending conclusion, getting to see how Suzaku actually said what he said to Lelouch, that was a major turning point in the series, with Suzaku's character and Lelouch's character at that. So, like, seeing Suzaku as a character that I have actually watched progress through the course of Season 1, say what he said to Lelouch was kind of to be expected, but at the exact same time, is what he said too far? Or is what Lelouch said, or what he did, too far? I mean, here's the thing with this series, okay? There's pretty much two viewpoints when it comes to this series. It's pretty much like Lelouch is the main character, and also Suzaku is a main character. Pretty much they're two sides of the same coin. That's exactly what they are. It's kind of similar to how Light and L was from Death Note. And I personally don't believe that Suzaku and Lelouch are as good a quality as Light and L, but that's pretty much what Suzaku and Lelouch's representation as characters in the series are for. And so you pretty much get to see the different ideologies, the viewpoints on society, and how you should change Britannia from these two different characters. And that's how it progresses through the course of Season 1. And pretty much all these, like, ideologies, clash of ideologies pretty much happens at the end of Season 1. That's pretty much what happens. I mean, you have it to where Suzaku can't accept what Lelouch has done, and Lelouch at the exact same time, he knows what he has done wrong, but at the exact same time, he can't turn back of what he has already set in motion. That wheel and gears are already turning, and he can't stop. And he has to deal with these hardships and sins he has committed. And to see his very friend that he thought supported him for so long to turn against him, it was a very emotional moment. It really was. And so, at one side of the argument, I really agree with both characters on certain points. Both characters at the course of the journey of Season 1 are in the wrong, in my eyes. See, Lelouch, he wants results. He wants results as a character, and he wanted to get things done fast. He didn't want to sit around like a fucking puppet in Britannia and just be docile. He didn't want to be that at all. And the thing was, you had it towards Suzaku, he wanted to change things from the inside. He didn't want to do what Lelouch was doing, for instance, willing to risk lives and kill people pretty much to get to where he is. And that's pretty much where the clash of ideologies come in. I mean, Lelouch would do anything to get pretty much results, but at the exact same token, he does technically have a compassionate heart for his fellow soldiers or his sister for the most part. And Suzaku is pretty much the same way. I mean, he's the type of person that really couldn't kill someone. He didn't want to kill anyone, and eventually you see his character evolve into that type of character after what Lelouch did with his mistake with his Geass. And so, Suzaku actually, his actual character, his personality at the end of Season 1 was made because of the choices Lelouch chose for the actions he did against Yuffie. And so, technically, you can't really blame Suzaku for what he said to Lelouch at the end of Season 1. You really can't. I mean, it's fucked up, and I mean, it's god-awful. It pisses me off hearing those words of Suzaku saying that to Lelouch, because we know Lelouch's point of view, we know how he feels. But you can't really blame Suzaku for that. Now, I see a lot of Chibits say that Suzaku as a character, he's very annoying and he's an asshole. And I could see why some would say that, but we gotta put this in perspective, okay? The only thing I can truly blame Suzaku for is for killing his father. That's really all I can really blame Suzaku for, and his personality to where he wants to pretty much die for Britannia. Like, that's really the only thing I dislike about his character. Besides that, his actions and motives after what happened to Yuffie, it makes logical sense, and I understand it. So, I can't really hate on Suzaku's character 100%, but his character is not perfect. Lelouch as a character. Here's the thing. Lelouch as a character, he is a very intelligent character, and he has a different mindset, way different from Light when I first fought and started this series. Lelouch, he is a type of character that you really see change through the course of his actions through Season 1. Like, he's not 100% different, but he is slightly different from how he used to be. Like, he realizes the shit he's fucked up and the people he has killed, and so Lelouch, he's changed because of pretty much unexpected circumstances that's happened through the course of the series. And here's the thing, okay? With the ending of Code Geass, these like last couple episodes where Lelouch was hunting down his sister, trying to find his little sister, That right there is a massive turning point in the series. Not just with Suzaku and Lelouch squaring off with guns at each other, but there's a lot of different, ramifications that actually happen from Lelouch doing what he did in these past couple episodes. Like, he leaves Toto and everybody of the Black Knights to defend for themselves. That's exactly what he does. And he turns off all comm communications to go save his sister. And this actually, I predicted. As I said in the past, in my earlier reviews of Code Geass, his little sister is going to be a massive weak point to Lelouch. And that's exactly what it proved to be with this episode, or these last couple episodes, because his sister fucked up the Black Knights. That's exactly what happened. For instance, Lelouch cares so much for his sister, he loves his sister so much, he actually gave up his objective to win the war and the fight with the Black Knights. And which in turn caused him to get fucking slaughtered in this episode, in the last couple episodes. So, Lelouch, with his actions he took to save his sister, in turn, it caused lives to be lost. And his overall objective he set out since Season 1 began, it pretty much got crushed in these past couple episodes, because he gave up what he was setting out to do to save his sister. But, I mean, you gotta think about this point, too. Lelouch saving his sister is part of his character. And so, if Lelouch wouldn't have saved his sister, that would have been a massive difference in his character. Like, that entire change of character personality, I don't know if I would have agreed with. So, to see how Lelouch still went out of his way to save his sister, it shows you that he is still the person he was at the beginning of the series. He's still a kind, caring person. So, moving past that, let's talk about the different plot points. So, there's a lot of things with this season, I have to say, is setting up for Season 2, like V2. V2 gets introduced in the last couple episodes of Code Geass and comes out of fucking nowhere. Like, V2 literally comes out of nowhere. I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is this? Like, she just pops up, takes the little sister of Lelouch and carries her away. That's pretty much what happens. And I'm thinking to myself, like, where the fuck did she come from? Like, I mean, I guess it's obvious there's more of C2, because, I mean, we did see the flashbacks and stuff, but, I mean, seeing V2 introduced at that late in the game and fucking everything up, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So that plot point really needs to be answered in Season 2, along with the overall plot points with Orange. Like, Orange, or Orange-kun, he's alive. He's been experimented on. And he's turned into some robot freakazoid. Like, that's pretty much what Orange is. And so, to see how C2 kind of did a double lover suicide with that dude at the end of Season, 1, pretty fucked up. But, I mean, we know for a fact C2 won't die, because she's technically immortal. So, I highly doubt C2's dead. So, that's not really a massive cliffhanger there. And here's the other thing, too. With the cliffhanger of Season 1, I can assume that Lelouch is not dead, because, the cover box of Season 2. But I'm still wondering, is Suzaku dead? Or is the sister going to get shot? Because in the finale of Season 1, you see the sister pop up. It looks like she's in pain. And then Season 1 ends. So it makes me think that maybe Suzaku, maybe Lelouch might have shot Lelouch's little sister. That'd have been extremely fucked up if that does happen. That really will. But besides that, besides the elements of the characters and the setups for the ending, animation-wise, animation of Code Geass, it's a very interesting art style. It's a Clamp art style. For instance, if you watched a lot of Clamp anime like Tsubasa Chronicles and stuff like that, or XXXaholic, most likely you are kind of used to this style. And honestly, I love the art style of Clamp. I mean, it's really just like, holy shit, when you first see it for the first time. Like, when I first started Code Geass, I was just taken aback by seeing the Clamp style, because it was a while since I saw Clamp. And to see, technically Code Geass have the long legs and arms is like, oh my god. But the art style is really nice. It's a unique art style you barely get to see in this day and age of anime, and so I like the art style. The animation-wise of Code Geass, for the most part, the animation was fucking good. Like, it was straight up really good when it comes to the series. Like, the animation holds up to this day and age and actually surpasses animation that's done from this past season to previous seasons. I mean, Code Geass is a good freaking shining points of animation. Like, it holds up to this day and age. It does. It's aged quite well. So, animation, pretty freaking good. Now, music-wise, when it comes to Code Geass has some really good soundtracks. That's one thing I really failed to mention when it comes to Code Geass. It really is. That's one thing I failed to mention. Code Geass has a really good soundtrack, and it's addictive. And it really starts getting you more and more hot for the series when you actually start to get into the music. Like, when the series first began, the music's okay, but it's nothing so impressive. But when you stick with the series and watch, 25 episodes of it, that song, or these different songs, really start to stick with you to where you're getting hyped up. Especially when you hear, like, the previous, like, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, that shit is just so hype. Along with the opening songs and ending songs, which I had to go back and watch them too, they were really good. They really were. So, music-wise, it was a great way to enjoy the series too. Like, I recommend buying the soundtrack. If you love Code Geass soundtrack, you need to go buy it. It's fucking good. It suits the series. Now, with the ending too, Cornelia is technically not dead also. Cornelia is alive, from what I understood. And that's like, what the fuck? So, Cornelia knows that Lelouch is technically Zero, and she's not technically dead, from what I understood from the ending of Season 1. So, I'm left assuming, like, everybody's possibly going to know that Lelouch is Zero now in Season 2, which is going to be quite an interesting plot twist. I can't wait to see that. So, oh yes, I actually wanted to mention something real quick. Yuffie. Okay. Yuffie, her entire death and perspective in these past episodes, episode 22 and onward, oh my god, like, I cannot believe, like, her character was set up to do something like that. That's some fucked up shit. Like, I knew she was gonna die. I sensed it. I sensed she was gonna die. Cornelia was gonna die. I thought, Yuffie was going to shoot Cornelia and kill Cornelia. That's what I thought. I mean, if I was the writer of Code Geass, I would have used that moment to where Lelouch and Yuffie first talked, and I would have forced Yuffie to kill Cornelia. That's what I would have done if I was a writer, because that would have been an interesting plot twist, and it would have been saved for the very ending of Season 1. But, I mean, I'm not a writer, so I can't judge. But anyways, that's what I would have done. But overall, though, what they did with Yuffie was unexpected. I did not expect it. I mean, it proved a point. It fucking proved a point. So, I mean, I'm not really disappointed. I mean, it was mass genocide. It was straight up mass genocide. Yuffie was holding a machine gun, doing just killing all sorts of fucking Japanese. And I'm like, oh my god, like, did you see what you did, Lelouch? You caused this. And, I mean, he didn't try to do it. So, like, here's the sad thing about this entire ordeal with Yuffie. He really, at the end of the day, at the end of 22, episode 22 and stuff, he actually wanted to make a peace treaty with Britannia. He did. And he was going to. He was going to. And he was going to do that with Yuffie. And he really was. That's the tragic part about this entire series. He was really going to give in and settle everything in a kind and good manner. And from what happened, it's still unexplained, but pretty much Lelouch's eye, his Geass, increased in power where he can't control it, and which in turn caused it to where his sister went crazy. And the sadder thing on top of that is Yuffie was actually able to resist some form of this. Like, when Lelouch first used the Geass on her, you actually saw her resisting. And that was the first time we've ever saw through the course of Season 1 where someone was actually trying to resist the Geass, the orders that Lelouch gave. And to see how she was actually able to fight it somewhat, it's also very fucking tragic, because she was very aware of what she was doing. And she, at the end, before she died, she actually was fighting back her urge to kill Suzaku with that order that was given to her. And, I mean, the will she had, it's very tragic. She also died knowing that she was probably right. She didn't realize what she did. So, at the very least, I'm glad that Yuffie died thinking she did the right thing. That's one thing I can say. But at the end of the day, though, the entire series could have been settled at that moment if it wasn't for that one fuck-up with Lelouch. So, yeah. Another dark thing I will have to say. After that episode, right after that episode, you have this entire council meeting with Britannia and stuff. You have it to where they actually mentioned something about Yuffie. They call Yuffie the Euphinator. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I saw Chibi saying it in the comments, and I'm like, huh? And then I get to that episode, and I'm like, what? Like, dude, that's fucking adult. Dude, what the fuck, man? That is some dark shit. Like, that's too soon. That's too fucking soon. Like, the Euphinator. I'm like, that's some sick-ass ride. Like, that's sickening. Like, what the fuck? But, I mean, it's pretty kick-ass, though. I have to admit, that pun. Holy shit. So, wow. My final conclusive thoughts. I believe, personally, that the father of Lelouch, the king of Britannia, I believe he's the one that sent V2. I believe he is the one that caused Lelouch to fuck up. I'm willing to bet it. I'm willing to bet it. I'm willing to bet that maybe even the King of Britannia knows what's going on. Because he's always up in that room, in that godly looking place. It makes me believe that he knows what Lelouch is doing. But we'll have to see. Overall, a very, very fun ride of Code Geass. I have absolutely enjoyed it. If I had to really put a rating on top of this series, I would give it a 8.5 or an 8.8. Somewhere around in there. It was a really good series. It really fucking was. And sadly on Mal, I can't actually put an 8.5 or 8.8 or whatever because they don't allow that. But that's how I personally feel. It was a good series. I love it. Can't wait to watch Season 2 because that hype. And yeah, my journey's been fun. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love y'all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.